Hey, what's going on, everyone? Happy Wednesday. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you're having a great week of betting so far. We have 11 games on this NBA slate for Wednesday. Before I get started, go ahead and like and subscribe, support the channel. Almost to 2,200 subs, which is insane. And yeah, we just keep on growing, and it's super awesome. And we're going to get right into these picks. 11 matchups, a lot of action. Starting with the Detroit Pistons versus the Indiana Pacers. Pistons 12-30, 21-18-3 against the spread. The Pacers 19-23, 17-25 against the spread. Pacers opening up as favorites at -6.5, with the over/under at 218.5. Last 10 games for Detroit, 3-7 in their last 10. Indiana 4-6 in their last 10. I do see Wednesday is going to be a tough scenario. So, because with the trade deadline on Thursday, a lot of these teams could be holding players out because of trades. Who we have no idea, but Malcolm Brogdon and Miles Turner are questionable, but I've been seeing them in trade rumors, so maybe that's why they're questionable. I don't know. So definitely be sure to check all these games on these slates. Check, before tip-off, make sure these guys are playing and make sure people haven't been traded, because that could definitely, mess up some lines. So just keep that in mind. So Detroit 4-2 against the spread in their last 6, 4-11 in their last 15. Indiana 3-10 against the spread in their last 13. 0-6 against the spread at home. Not really covering the spread at all. Neither team is very good here. And if Brogdon or Turner don't play, I like Detroit plus 6.5. Kind of an ugly matchup that I'm probably not betting on, but I think it's a low-scoring, ugly game, and I'll take Detroit plus 6.5 and the under 218.5. Next matchup, we have the Boston Celtics versus the Milwaukee Bucks. Celtics 21-22, 19-24 against the spread. Bucks 28-14, 20-22 against the spread. The Bucks opening up as 4.5-point favorites, with the over/under at 230.5. Last 10 games for Boston, 5-5 in their last 10. Milwaukee 9-1 in their last 10. Boston just 1-4 in their last 5. 1-4 against the spread in those 5 games. Just 2-6 in their last 8 meetings against Milwaukee. Milwaukee, currently on a 7-game winning streak. 9-1 at home against Boston. I love Milwaukee in this matchup. Very small line here at -4.5. Giannis is questionable, so be sure to check his status. He was held out, or he did miss yesterday's or the last game, so be sure to check his status. But even without him, last matchup, they beat Indiana 140-113 without him. So, I like him with or without him. Celtics just not playing good basketball right now. Give me Milwaukee -4.5. Give me the under 230.5 as well. Next matchup, we have the Denver Nuggets versus the Toronto Raptors. Denver 25-17, 19-23 against the spread. Toronto 17-26, 19-24 against the spread. Denver opening up as 1-point favorites, with the over/under at 224. Last 10 games for Denver, 8-2 in their last 10. Toronto just 1-9 in their last 10. Horrible loss to Houston, giving them their first win in months. Getting beat by almost 20. That alone just, currently on a 9-game losing streak. This horrible Raptors team. A lot of trade rumors going around with Kyle Lowry. Just not a lot of good vibes there in Toronto right now. Give me Denver -1. Such a small spread against a very bad Toronto team right now. Give me Denver -1. Give me the over 224. Next matchup, we have the Charlotte Hornets versus the Houston Rockets. Charlotte 21-21, 22-19-1 against the spread. Houston 12-30, 13-29 against the spread. Charlotte opening up as 3-point favorites with the over-under at 225. Last 10 games for Charlotte, 6-4 in their last 10. Houston, the streak finally comes to an end. They're finally 1-9 in their last 10, picking up their first win in a long time against Toronto, 117-99. Charlotte, LaMelo Ball is out for the season, which is unfortunate. He was playing really good basketball. Charlotte just 3-17 in their last 20 meetings against Houston. 0-15 on the road against Houston. That's an insane number to me. Houston just 2-12 against the spread in their last 14. 1-12 against the spread at home. Got to take Charlotte here. Until Houston can win some games, can't bet on Houston. They got to win last game, but John Wall had to put up a performance of his lifetime for them to get that win. Give me Charlotte -3. Give me the over 225. Next matchup, we have the Cleveland Cavaliers versus the Chicago Bulls. Cleveland 16-27, 17-26 against the spread. Chicago 19-23, 23-18-1 against the spread. Chicago opening up as 5.5-point favorites with the over-under at 218. I do see Kevin Love is out. So is Dellavedova and Prince. And a lot of trade rumors going around because Drummond still hasn't been playing. Last 10 games for Cleveland, 4-6 in their last 10. Chicago, 4-6 in their last 10 as well. Cleveland, 2-5 against the spread in their last 7. 2-6 in their last 8. 2-6 in their last 8 meetings against the Bulls. Bulls, 4-2 against the spread in their last 6. I don't like Cleveland in this matchup. Give me the Bulls coming off that loss to a bad loss to Utah. I like them to bounce back here against a bad Cleveland team. Give me Chicago -5.5 and give me the over 218. Next matchup, we have the Dallas Mavericks versus the Minnesota Timberwolves. Dallas 22-19, 19-22 against the spread. Minnesota 10-33, 18-24-1 against the spread. Mavs opening up as -8-point favorites with the over-under at 229. Last 10 games for Dallas, 7-3 in their last 10. Milwaukee 3-7 in their last 10. Dallas 13-5 in their last 18. They are 7-2 against the spread in their last 9 meetings with Minnesota. 6-1 against Minnesota in their last 7. Minnesota just 4-12 against the spread in their last 16. 3-13 in their last 16. Definitely taking the Mavs here. Mavs -8. Luka's playing unbelievable basketball right now. Look for them to get a nice double-digit win against this very bad Minnesota team, and I like the over 229. Next matchup, we have the Memphis Grizzlies versus the Oklahoma City Thunder. Memphis 20-20, 22-17-1 against the spread. Oklahoma City 19-24, 23-19-1 against the spread. Memphis opening up as 3.5-point favorites with the over-under at 221.5. Last 10 games for Memphis, 5-5 in their last 10. OKC 5-5 in their last 10 as well. These two teams did meet on March 14th, with OKC picking up a 128-122 victory as underdogs. Memphis 8-3 against the spread in their last 11. They are 6-1 against the spread in their last 7 against Oklahoma City. Oklahoma City 10-1 in their last 11 games at home against Memphis. Really crazy record right there. Memphis or OKC's been underdogs pretty much all season. I've been betting on them all season. They've been doing good for me. Give me OKC plus 3.5. Memphis doesn't really blow me away. These two teams are pretty equal. 20-20, 19-24. I'll take the points with OKC and I'll take the over 221.5. Next matchup, we have the Phoenix Suns versus the Orlando Magic. Phoenix 28-13, 28-13 against the spread. Orlando 14-28, 20-21-1 against the spread. Phoenix opening up as 10.5-point favorites with the over-under at 214.5. Last 10 games for Phoenix, 8-2 in their last 10. Orlando, just 1-9 in their last 10. Very bad Orlando team. I do see they have so many injuries. Terrence Ross is out, or he's out Tuesday's game. We'll see if he's out Wednesday, but a lot of Aaron Gordon trade rumors, Vucevic trade rumors. Just stay away from this. Orlando team. Give me Phoenix minus 10.5, playing really good basketball. And I like the over 214.5 as well. Next matchup, we have the Los Angeles Clippers versus the San Antonio Spurs. Clippers 28-16, 24-20 against the spread. Spurs 22-18, 23-17 against the spread. Clippers opening up as 5.5 point favorites with the over-under at 220.5. Last 10 games for the Clippers, 5-5 in their last 10. San Antonio 5-5 in their last 10 as well. Clippers 4-2 against the spread in their last 6. 4-2 in their last 6 as well. Spurs 4-1 against the spread in their last 5. 4-2 against the spread in their last 6 games at home against the Clippers. Clippers, coming off an incredible comeback win against the Hawks the other night, down by 22, and they just came back and fought hard and got the win. It was unbelievable. San Antonio riding that 2-game losing streak to the Bucks and the Charlotte. Give me Clippers with a very small spread. Look for the Clippers to get on track here, keep that momentum going. The Clippers minus 5.5 and over 220.5. Next matchup, we have the Atlanta Hawks versus the Sacramento Kings. Atlanta 22-21, 22-20-1 against the spread. The Kings 18-25, 19-24 against the spread. The Hawks opening up as favorites at -3 with the over-under at 236.5. Last 10 games for Atlanta, 8-2 in their last 10. Sacramento 5-5 in their last 10. These two teams did play on March 13th, with Atlanta picking up a 121-106 win. Atlanta playing really good right now, 8-1 in their last 9, 5-1 against the spread in their last 6. Playing really good basketball. Meanwhile, the Sacramento team just 6-14 in their last 20. 6-14 against the spread in those last 20 as well. Love the Hawks here. It's a super small line. Give me Hawks -3. Give me the over 236.5. I love it. Last matchup of the night, we have the Brooklyn Nets versus the Utah Jazz. Brooklyn 29-14, 22-21 against the spread. Utah 31-11, 27-14-1 against the spread. Utah opening up as 8.5 point favorites with the over-under at 233.5. So the thing to keep an eye on in this matchup is going to be James Harden's status. We already know Kyrie's out for 3 games. Durant's still out. But Harden is questionable for Tuesday's matchup. Depending on if he plays Tuesday, we'll see if he plays Wednesday, if there's a double. We'll see what happens. So monitor James Harden's status. Brooklyn, 8-2 in their last 10. Utah, 5-5 in their last 10. We'll see what Brooklyn does on Tuesday night in their matchup. And basically with this line, if Harden does play, I like Brooklyn plus 8.5 here. If Harden does not play, I like the Jazz minus 8.5. And I like... I'll put this in the description for the picks. Pretty much if Harden plays, I like Brooklyn plus 8.5, and I like the over. If Harden doesn't play, I like Jazz minus 8.5, and I like the under. So that's going to do it for them. So be sure to always check on that. There's a site that I always use that I recommend. It's on Twitter. It's at Fantasy Labs NBA, and dude, they're the best. They're the best Twitter. They give like the most in-depth injury news updates, usually like hours before you even hear news. They get it really quick, so I always check that every day, and you'll see when people are hurt or scratches or game time decisions and all kind of stuff. So be sure to look at that. It's a really good app at Fantasy Labs. And yeah, that's going to do it for this video. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the video. A lot of action today. So yeah, be sure to check out my NBA parlay video after this. You don't want to miss those. And yeah, I hope you have a great betting day on Wednesday, and I will see you guys on Thursday. Have a good one.